So this is a story about Isaac. When Isaac was old and his eyes were so weak that he could no longer see, he called for Esau. His older son said to him, "My son, here I am," he answered. Isaac said, "I'm now an old man, don't know the day of my death. Now, then get your equipment, your quiver and bow, and go out to the open country to hunt some wild game for me. Prepare for the kind of tasty food I like, and bring it to me to eat, so that I may give you my blessing before I die." Now, Rebekah was listening as Isaac spoke to his son, Esau. When Esau left for the open country to hunt game and bring it back, Rebekah said to her son, Jacob, "Look, I overheard your father say to your brother Esau, 'Bring me some game and prepare for me some tasty food to eat, so that I may give your blessing in the presence of the Lord before I die.' Now, my son, listen carefully and do what I tell you. Go out to the flock and bring me 2 choice young goats, so I can prepare some tasty food for your father just the way he likes it. Then take it to your father to eat, so that he may give you his blessing and before he died." Jacob said to Rebekah his mother, "But my brother Esau is a hairy man, while I have some smooth skin. What if my brother touched me? What if my father touched me?" So right there, like, you got hair, I have hair on my face. So he got hair all over. And to be able to touch, he had to feel his hands or somewhere on his arm. So that's what it means right there. I would appear to be tricking him and would bring down a curse on myself rather than a blessing. His mother said to him, "My son, let the curse fall on me. Just do what I say. Go and get them for me." So she's talking about the food what he's supposed to bring to his father. So he went and got them and brought them to his mother, and she prepared some tasty food just the way his father liked it. Then Rebekah took the best clothes of Esau, her older son, what she had in the house, and put them on her younger son Jacob. He also covered his hands and the smooth part of his neck with the goat skin. So the goat skin to put around his neck and stuff is to make it feel like hair. Then she handed to her son Jacob the tasty food and the bread she had made. He went to his father and said, "My father." "Yes, my son," he answered. "Who is it?" He asking that because he's blind. Just to remind you, Jacob said to his father, "I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you told me. Please sit up and eat some of my game, so that you may give me your blessing." Isaac asked his son, "How did you find it so quickly, my son?" "The Lord your God gave me success," he replied. Then Isaac said to Jacob, "Come near so I can touch you, my son, to know whether you really are my son Esau or not." Jacob went close to his father Isaac, who touched him and said, "The voice is the voice of Jacob, but the hands are the hands of Esau." He did not recognize him, for his hands were hairy like those of his brother Esau. So he proceeded to bless him. "Are you really my son Esau?" he asked. "I am," he replied. Then he said, "My son, bring me some of your game to eat, and remove your tail out of the way, so that I may give you your blessing." Jacob brought it to him, and he ate, and he brought some juice and drank. Then his father Isaac said to him, "Come here, my son, kiss me." So back then, whenever they kissed someone, it was a sign of respect. So, like in the movie where they go, "Mwah, mwah." It's kind of like that. So he went to him and kissed him. When Isaac caught the smell of his clothes, he blessed him and said, "Oh, the smell of my son is like the smell of a field that the Lord has blessed." May God give your hem and dew, and earth righteousness, and an abundance of grain and new wine. May nations serve you, and people bow down to you. Be Lord over your brother, and may the sons of your mother bow down to you. May those who curse you be cursed, and those who bless you be blessed. After Isaac finished blessing him, and Jacob had scarcely left his father present, his brother Esau coming from hunting. He too prepared some tasty food and brought it to his father. Then he said to him, My father, please sit up and eat some of my game, so that you may give me your blessing. His father Isaac asked him, Who are you? I am your son, he answered, your firstborn Esau. Isaac trembled violently, and so he shake really, really bad. Like, you ever get a cold chill down your spine or something like that? That's kind of like how it feels. Who was it then that hunt game and brought it to me? I ate it just before you came, and I blessed him, and indeed he will be blessed. When Esau heard his father's words, he burst out with a loud, bitter cry and said to his father, Bless me too, my father. But he said, Your brother came deceitfully and took your blessing. Esau said, I isn't his rightly named Jacob. This is the second time he has taken advantage of me. He took my birthright, and now he taken my blessing. Then he asked, Haven't you reserved your blessing for me? Isaac answered, Esau, I have made him lord over you, and have made all his relatives his servants, and I have sustained him with grains and new wine. So what can I possibly do for you, my son? Isaac said to his father, Do you have only one blessing, my father? Bless me too, my father. Then Esau wept aloud, so he cried. His father Isaac answered him, Your dwelling will be away from the earth, righteousness, away from the dew of heaven above. You will live by the sword, and you will serve your brother. But when you grow restless, you will draw his yoke from off your neck. Esau held a grudge against Jacob because of the blessing his father had given him. He said to himself, The day of mourning my father or near, I will do something not good to my brother Jacob. When Rebekah was told what her older son had said, she went for her younger Jacob and said to him, Your brother is planning to avenge himself by doing something not good to you. Now then, my son, do what I say. Flee at once to my brother Laban in her room. Stay with him for a while until your brother's fury subsides. When your brother is no longer... Man, I have to catch my breath. Angry with you and forget what you did to him. I sent word for you to come back from there. Why should I lose both of you in one day? Then Rebekah said to Isaac, I'm disgusted with living because of those Hittite women. If Jacob take a wife from among the women of this land, Hittite women like those, my life will not be worth living. So Isaac called for Jacob and blessed him, and then he commanded him, Do not marry a Canaanite woman. Go at once to Padan, to the house of your mother. Father, Below, take a wife for yourself there from among the daughters of Laban. Your mother, brother, may God Almighty bless you and make your fruitfulness increase your number until you become a community of people. May he give you your descendants and the blessing given to Abraham, so that you may take possession of the land where you now reside as a foreigner. The land God gave to you, Abraham. Then Isaac sent Jacob on his way, and he went to Padan Aram to Laban, son of Bethuel, the Aramean, the brother of Rebekah, who was the mother of Jacob and Esau. Now Esau learned that Isaac had blessed Jacob and had sent him to Padan Aram to take a wife from there. And when he blessed him to command him, do not marry a Canaanite woman, and that Jacob had bade his father and mother, and had gone to put in the room. Isaac then realized how displeasing the Canaanite women were to his father Isaac, so he went to Ishmael and married Maluf, and the sister of Nebaioth, daughter of Ishmael, son of Abraham, and then sent to the wives he already had. So, I hope you enjoyed the Bible story. Please sub, like, and share, and I'm out of here.